to record this. Okay. And everybody's like, can you help me? Can you help me? I'm like, yeah, I can definitely help you. But there's nothing similar to like actually seeing like the real thing.
Right.
So, okay. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I think it's okay. So yeah, so I like to map it out this way because I think it's really straightforward and simple. And then as you get more comfortable, you can kind of adapt your own method. But
Okay.
I would recommend keeping this very, very, very simple at the beginning because there's going to be a lot of new variables like your Shakeology and checking into the group and making sure you get your workout done and all that fun jazz. So the more simple at the beginning, the better. And then as you get comfortable with everything else, you can kind of, get more creative.
Okay.
Have you gotten your stuff yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. So I want you to map it out this way. So before I say that, I'm trying to think, I don't want to be like too confusing. Okay. So, I think one big piece of meal planning for people that sometimes, I know for me, especially, that can be overwhelming. And I think a reason why people want to do it, but tend not to is because there's a couple of different things. Number one, they're not sure what to eat and they don't know when to eat. And they don't know how much of each like food group to eat. Like, okay, yeah, so chicken's healthy, broccoli's healthy, but how much of everything should I be eating?
Right.
And I think, I know for me, that was always like the missing piece and I never could figure it out. Like, how do I know I'm going to lose weight? Like, how do I know that I'm going to do all this work and it's actually going to work?
Right.
And make it up myself. And so that's why I love these programs. The 21 Day Fix, which is the one that I'm going to recommend that you start with. That's, I think like 90% of people start with it. It's a perfect first program to kind of introduce you and ease you into this new like healthy lifestyle, both the workouts and the nutrition piece. With this program, this is the program that started the portion control containers. And now a lot of the other programs that are coming out since use the portion control containers because it's such an easy way to tackle the nutrition piece. And it can become a lifestyle. It's not like this 21-day diet. It's not like a 21-day thing and then you're going to, never talk to me again. It's, it's just an easy way to learn these healthy eating skills and habits that you can, maintain after the 21 days. So then if you go on vacation for a week, obviously you're going to splurge. We're all human, but maybe you're going to make, better choices. You're going to, your portions are going to look a little bit better than they might have before. And you're going to be able to like keep this forever. A lot of things out there people will do and then you do it. And then when you stop, you gain all the weight back.
Right.
This you can actually like incorporate into your real life. So
that's good.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that, there's a lot of Shakeology recipes out there, especially like on Pinterest. There is a lot of 21 Day Fix approved recipes, especially on Pinterest. And in the group, we'll swap recipes. And
I did find some already on Pinterest too.
Oh, so good. Perfect. So at first, I would still keep it simple. Like the first week, I would try to keep it simple. But that doesn't mean you have to eat like baked chicken and boiled broccoli for the rest of your life. It just to keep it simple at the beginning. And then as you get more comfortable, you can add those in. But, in saying that there's 21 Day Fix approved recipes, I don't want you to think of, because you want this to become a habit and you want this to become a lifestyle. So you're not going to only eat 21 Day Fix approved recipes for the rest of your life.
Right.
So the idea is here that you're following this meal plan and you're gaining these skills that you can apply to real life. So eventually you're going to be able to eyeball portions so you can, make recipes that aren't necessarily 21 Day Fix approved.
But better.
I just like to kind of put that in people's brains because I know sometimes people come into this thinking it's similar to something they may have tried before and it's like a 21 day thing and then they're done. But I try to kind of plant that seed that, this is a lifestyle thing. I call my challenges lifers, especially with the on-demand option. You have these workouts now for a year.
Right.
So you're welcome
to a lot of them.
My groups. You can go from one group to the next and I can help you pick different programs that you might want to do based on like as your goals kind of change and adapt as you kind of move forward on this journey. So I think the one thing that this program doesn't involve, so, there's the food list, so I think that the program takes the guesswork out of that one thing. Like, what am I supposed to eat? It's on the list, you eat it. If it's not on the list, you don't eat it. So that takes that one question guesswork out. The other thing that it helps is it tells you based on that formula that I sent you, how much of each thing should I be eating? So yeah, avocado is healthy, but it's still a fat and you shouldn't be eating like an entire avocado every day. So things like that, So it takes the guesswork out of those two things. But the one thing that it doesn't, it still leaves you with is when to eat what. And so I think some people get really kind of confused about that. And so two things. The first thing is that there's really no right or wrong answer to that. It's kind of personal preference. I have a couple of tips I would suggest that we'll work with today. But basically the bottom line of our time together today is to make sure that we are going to map out when you're having which container.
Okay.
Because, because then obviously you have the lists of things that you can pick and choose from. But if you know when you're having which container, it's going to take that guesswork out. But then also for next week, but then also going forward, it's going to take the guesswork out a little bit too, because for the most part, you're going to go into this having this meal plan and with the mindset that you're going to try it for a couple of days and, make some tweaks as needed. But for the most part, you're going to know which containers you're going to have at which point in the day moving forward. So like when you go to meal plan for the week after, you're not totally starting from scratch again. You can look back on the meal plan that we made up together and say, okay, so pretend breakfast, for next week is 2 eggs and a piece of toast. You're going to have a red, that's a protein, and a yellow, starch. That might look like 2 eggs and a piece of toast next week, but the week after it might look like turkey bacon and oatmeal.
Okay.
So you're swapping the turkey bacon for the eggs and the oatmeal for the toast. So you're having different foods, so it doesn't get so like boring and mundane. But you're keeping the containers at this certain times of the day, so you don't have to always start from scratch.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to email this to you when we're done, so you don't have to feel like you need to take notes and such.
Oh, perfect.
And what I would recommend is, so 2 things. When we're done, before you go to the grocery store this weekend, you're going to go into the document and I want you to edit it to make it super specific.
Okay.
So if we're doing this today, I might say like a protein and be pretty vague, a protein, a veggie, a starch. But I want you to go in and look at the list and
see
exactly what you plan to eat. Because then that way you're going to make your grocery list from this meal plan.
Okay.
And that way you don't buy food that you don't intend to eat. So you're not wasting food or wasting money.
Perfect.
But I would recommend making a copy of it. So this is in Google Docs.
Okay.
I would recommend making a copy of it. And then so you always have like the original and then edit a copy.
Okay.
And then do that every week so that, after 3, 4, 5 weeks, you're going to have 3, 4, 5 different meal plans to kind of look back on.
Okay.
Rather than always changing the original. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then you just have all these, you can just make a Google folder and you can just have all these saved to kind of go back.
Perfect.
But as you're losing weight and as you're, continuing on, you definitely want to make sure you're checking back on that formula.
Okay.
If you're losing weight, you might move into the first bracket.
Okay.
Sometimes a lot of people forget to do that. And then the other thing is, so like I said, there's really no right or wrong about when you're eating what, but the one recommendation that I usually suggest to people is that you space out your yellows and your reds. So the yellows are your starches and the reds are your proteins. And the reason why you space those out is because those are the foods that keep you fuller longer.
Okay.
You can kind of space them a little bit evenly throughout the day. It's going to kind of keep you full throughout the day rather than like clustering them all in the morning or in the afternoon.
Okay.
You should never feel starving on this. If you're absolutely starving, the first thing that comes to mind is that you're not drinking enough water. I'm so guilty of this. I really it's kind of pathetic. You think it'd be like the easiest thing, but it's not. For me, it's so hard. So that's always something I think about. And then if you are still hungry, then we can, look at the meal plan together and see what tweaks we can make. But because we're doing it together from the beginning, I really don't anticipate that being a problem. Okay. I think a lot of people go into things like this thinking they need to starve themselves in order to, lose weight. It's really just about eating the right calories in the right, the right foods.
Right.
Calories. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to kind of map out your yellows and your reds, and then we'll go in and fill in from there.
Okay.
When do you think you are going to work out?
I didn't today. I worked out the last 2 days. I did the cardio fix for those 2 days and tried that. So perfect. Today I didn't because I was at the doctor's this morning, but I intend to do something tomorrow, either do the cardio fix again or just do the treadmill, one or the other. But I had been doing the cardio fix. Okay. And when do you think you're going to work out? I did it at 5:30 in the morning, both days. Awesome. Do you think that's like that probably will be the best time to do it. That before the girls are up? Yes. Yeah, that's what I try to do too.
once in a while I'm like, oh, and he'll be around and I'm like, why didn't I get up a little bit earlier? It's just so much better without him. So
exactly.
Perfect. That's perfect. So then my next question is, and I usually ask people this, especially because I work with mostly moms, about convenience and Shakeology, because Shakeology is so convenient. It's fast and it's, sometimes I'll have moms who like to have it first thing in the morning because they can make it really quick and then drink it on their way to work. I have other moms who like to have it for dinner because they end up making like 2 or 3 different meals for their family. And so it's a quick meal, easy meal for them to make for themselves that's healthy,
Right.
tempted. So based on that, like when do you think, because there's really no right or wrong time of the day to drink it. I think, that the suggestion would be to have it after your workout because it's a protein packed shake. And so it's replenishing your muscles, but it's really not that big of a deal. I don't do that. So when do you think it might be the best time of the day for you to have your shake?
I'd probably say in the morning after that workout, just before I start driving them to school and preschool and things like that. It'd probably make the most sense right then, since that's a busy time anyway. So that'd be quick and easy.
Perfect. So this is how I do it. I'll write the food at the top and then the container equivalent underneath.
Okay.
So, each column is going to equal these containers.
Okay.
So I've already written that in. So since you're in bracket B, these are the containers that you're allotted each day.
Okay.
So the green is veggies, starches, proteins, fruits, healthy fats. This is so random. It's like seeds and oils. And then spoons is like coconut oil, olive oil, and like nut butter, peanut butter.
Okay.
What flavor shake did you get?
I think we did the chocolate.
That's what too. I recommend it to everybody.
That's what you did, so that's what we went with.
I recommend it to everybody, but not everybody agrees with my suggestion, so that's why I have to ask. Okay, and did I ask if you like bananas and peanut butter? You
did not, but I do.
Okay, so I'm going to just recommend my favorite recipe just to try it. If you hate it, I won't be offended. Again, there's lots of recipes out there, but just to get you started. So a scoop of Shakeology is a protein.
Okay.
The half of a banana is a purple. It's like a starchy fruit, so it's only half is a purple. And the teaspoon of peanut butter is a spoon. Then I'm going to recommend, do you ever drink unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk?
Coconut milk.
Okay. Is it unsweetened typically?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to say 4 ounces of unsweetened coconut milk and 4 ounces of water and ice. And it has to be blended because it's wicked. It's way better blended, especially when you're having the banana and stuff that you need to really blend it up.
Okay.
Something that a couple things that you may have noticed when I sent you that PDF is, number 1, Autumn suggests 2 things depending on, how lofty your goals are and how fast you want to get there. It's definitely personal preference. Number 1, she suggests having all of your purples, which are your fruits, and your yellows, which are your starches, before 6 p.m.
Okay.
Just so that it gives your body enough time to digest it before you go to bed.
Okay, that's easy enough. That's pretty much don't really eat after then anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Perfect. And then the other thing she says is, so we have these lists of approved foods for each color, right? But not all food is created equal. The foods at the top of the list are more ideal, and the foods get less ideal as you go down.
Okay.
So, depending on how fast you want to get to your goals and, how serious you're taking this and that sort of thing, you would eat from the top of the list versus the bottom. Okay. It's definitely personal preference. But, if somebody comes to me a week or 2 in and it says, Brooke, I'm not seeing the results I was hoping for, those are 2 of the things that we talk about. Like, can you swap out any of the foods to make sure they're more at the top of the list and try not eating after 6 p.m. One other thing that's in the book that you may have noticed is it says, I think it's either for milk or the unsweetened coconut milk, unsweetened almond milk, they say that you can swap it for a yellow up to 3 times a week. But when this program was released like 2 years ago, Autumn Calabrese, she's the creator of the program, she came out with a video that said this is the one thing that she disagrees with the nutritionists on, is that she doesn't think, because it's unsweetened, she doesn't think you should have to count it. She thinks it should be a freebie. Okay. So that's the rule of thumb I've been following since then. And so, but more recently she came out with a video that said, no, everybody's on the same page now. I want you to count it as a teaspoon.
Okay.
But I'm a creature of habit, and so I continue with the freebie method.
Okay.
My compromise is that I used to do like 6 or 8 ounces, and my compromise is now that I do 4 ounces.
Okay.
And then 4 ounces of water to kind of, so again, that's personal preference. It's really, if you use 4 ounces, it's like 20 or 30 calories. It's not going to make or break.
Okay.
And it makes a difference in your shake. I think it tastes really good. It makes it more like creamier than just water. But, feel free to play around with it and see how you feel about it. But
okay.
Definitely at least give it a try.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is your yellows and your reds. So we have one red here. Do you typically have a protein at lunch and dinner?
At dinner, definitely. Lunch I normally either just do a salad or I have a tuna sandwich has generally been what I do at lunch.
Okay, so tuna, I'm assuming would be, I have the PDF here for us to look at, would be red. I don't eat tuna, so it has to be, right? Yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yep, perfect. So, and then even if you have a salad, I would put some protein on it.
Okay.
So I would say definitely a protein at lunch.
Okay.
So this is what I mean, like, putting protein, and I want you to go in and write specifically what you plan to have. Some people, it's up to you. Some people tend to do like, okay, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to have X, Y, and Z. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm going to have something opposite. So it's not like the same thing every day.
Okay.
Some people like to do the same thing Monday through Friday and then change it up on the weekends. It's totally up to you, however you can do it. So if you want to do like tuna and then salad and then tuna and then salad, it's totally fine.
Okay.
So red. So then we need one red as a snack. So typically people either do like cottage cheese or yogurt in the morning as a snack.
I'd probably do the yogurt.
Okay, perfect. Do you eat eggs?
I do.
So that's another one, especially because you're home, right?
Right.
Yeah, so people who are working, I recommend like hard-boiled eggs because those are really easy to grab and go.
Right.
So you could do that still, obviously, since you're home, or you could, make yourself some eggs.
Perfect. Easy enough.
Or in the afternoon. The other one that people tend to do, like in the afternoon, is like slices of deli meat.
Okay.
Slices and ham slices, 6 of them, just kind of rolled, or if you want to like, depending on what your meal plan looks like, you could put like a piece of lettuce with it or something just to kind of get something fun. That's getting towards the bottom of the list, but again, it's up to you. I would say at the beginning to kind of just go with what is easy and what you like, and then you can kind of get more, more disciplined with it if you want.
Okay.
So those are your reds. So you have a red at breakfast, a red at morning snack, a red at lunch, and a red at dinner.
Okay.
So like kind of balancing it throughout the day. And then your yellow. So do you typically have a starch at lunch and dinner?
Depends on the day.
Well, let's have one. What time do you eat dinner?
We generally eat around 5-ish.
So I would definitely have one at night.
Okay.
Because that's totally early enough. And it will probably help you to feel like fuller until you go to bed, and then you're not tempted to snack on anything, and kind of get you through your workout in the morning too, since you're working first thing. So one yellow. I would say to put a yellow at lunch. So even if you had a salad, you could put like I can show you. Even if you had a salad, like if you had the tuna, then there's your bread right there, but you would only have one piece as a yellow.
Right.
Maybe you could have like half of a sandwich or something.
Okay.
But if you had a salad and to incorporate a yellow still, you could put like, those don't look like the yellows. That's because it's not yellow. You could put like quinoa in a salad if you like that.
Okay.
Have like a side of sweet potatoes are really good. They're in your salad or like on the side. You could put corn is actually yellow. You could put that in your salad.
Okay.
Things like that. You could have a side of rice. A regular potato is a yellow too.
Okay.
And then if you don't care, if you want to come down here a little bit, you could have like pita bread or things like that.
Okay.
So even if it's like a salad and you don't really think about a starch, you could still, like edamame. I love edamame in salad.
They're fun to come down.
Yeah.
Is she panicking? All right, she can come down if she needs to.
She was just asking.
She can come down. It's fine. The little one or the big one?
Little.
She can come down. It's fine.
The big one's gonna fall.
Well, I know the big one's going to fall, but if Savannah needs to come, it's fine. Sorry.
That's okay. So So yeah, I'm saying, even if it's not something you think of like a starch, like a pasta or
Okay.
you can still get creative to sneak a yellow in there.
Okay.
And then we need one more yellow. I would probably recommend up here, since you're not having a starch in the morning
Okay.
and you're working out, like by this time of the day, you're probably going to be pretty hungry.
Okay.
Ready for a starchy thing, which you could do. Do you eat oatmeal?
Yep.
Oatmeal's a great morning one. Like I said, a piece of like whole wheat toast is a good morning one.
Okay.
I'd probably offset that. Like if you were having tuna fish sandwich for lunch that day, I'd probably have like oatmeal for breakfast and do the toast.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
Just to kind of, it's not a big deal, but
it makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm just going to write oatmeal just for planning purposes. That is a yellow. Oh. So then there's your yellows and your reds. So now let's go to your greens. You typically have a vegetable for lunch and dinner.
What can't you have?
3 minutes.
You can't have 3 minutes. You say hi. Can you say hi? Or are you going to be antisocial? Say hi. Nothing? All right, you sit quietly. You want color? Here, you sit in the chair next to me. There you go. Have the purple pen. There you go. There you go.
That where the paper.
Yeah, you can write on the paper. Yeah. What's the matter? What's wrong? Do you want to say hi too? No? Okay. Okay. You can? Do you want to say hi? Okay. Are you okay? All right, I'll talk to you when I'm all done, okay? You can go get your iPad if you want. No? Okay. Okay.
Is that old?
Yeah, it is. Your water's in the living room.
I know.
Okay. All right. So then what do we do for that other snack?
Do you have vegetables at lunch and dinner typically?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. You're making it easy. Sometimes people are like, yeah, I'm really picky. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, let's work together. So I would say a veggie at lunch and dinner, and then you get 4. So let's add 1 to, like here, do you eat raw veggies? Like
Yes.
bell peppers, cucumbers, perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's a really great afternoon snack.
Mama, I'm older.
Thank you, Savannah.
And then we need 1 more green. So some options are to put like spinach in your Shakeology shake. A lot of people do that, and just make sure you're blending it really well and you can't even taste it.
Okay.
Or you can double up, like at dinner you can do double veggies if you want, or lunch you can do double veggies. When you have a salad actually for lunch, it's actually really easy to do 2 veggies at lunch, because you could do a whole green of like your romaine and your spinach.
Yeah.
And then a whole green of like any raw veggies that you put on top of your salad.
Okay.
Like tomatoes.
Dad,
Well, I would say,
just get my cup.
I think 2 at lunch would be good. And then even if you don't have a salad, you could have just like double veggies on the side.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Or you could have your half of a sandwich and you can make like a side salad.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. And then we need 2 more purple. So you have a purple in your shake. Would you probably want fruit with your yogurt and your oatmeal?
Yeah, sure.
I know I put a lot of fruit in my oatmeal. So since you get 1 fruit here, I would put maybe half of it in your yogurt, half of it in your oatmeal.
Okay. Careful, Addison.
And then you get 1 more purple. When would you want it?
When would be a good idea?
I mean, you could, since you eat dinner so early at 5, you could have it after dinner.
Okay.
Earlier side, you could have it at like 6.
Okay.
I think that would be a good idea. Kind of stretch it out a little bit.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the matter?
I just want something
All right, come here.
Well, this is looking good. And then 1 blue and 1 orange. No matter which bracket you fall into, everybody gets 1 and 1.
Okay.
So the blue is the healthy fats, like avocado,
Okay.
nuts, cheese, you can see is at the bottom, and hummus are the kind of like the big ones. I tend to do
The pink
hummus with raw veggies in the afternoon.
Okay, I could do that.
The other option is I tend to split up my blue because I like it so much. Like I'll do like a half a blue at one point in the day and a half at like another. Like if you're having like a turkey burger at dinner,
Not the
I'll
purple
put like a
pen.
half a blue of like avocado or something on it, so I'm not using ketchup.
Okay.
But that's up to you.
Okay.
I can just for planning purposes, I'll just put it there. And then the
Okay.
orange, like I said, is kind of random. It's so small. But you can use seeds, like if you're having a salad, you could put any kind of seed in it.
Okay.
Put flaxseed in your shake.
Okay.
I don't know if you're an olive person, that could go in your salad.
No way.
No. See, I love them.
No,
I don't-
on the computer.
I don't
on the
love
side.
a lot of things, so it's funny.
My kids love them. I can't stand them.
Peanuts are, good kind of at any time of day. You could eat them with your fruit after dinner.
Okay.
Unsweetened coconut in your shake is good. And then 21 Day Fix approved dressing. So somewhere in this book, there's a whole list of dressings that you can make.
Okay.
When I have salads, I tend to just take the easy route. I just count one of my spoons as olive oil.
Okay.
And then do balsamic vinegar, which is a freebie.
Okay.
So it's up to you. What do you
I
think?
don't know. For now, let's just say the coconut just for now, just to put something in for right now.
It's yummy. I like putting coconut in just make sure it's unsweetened.
Yes.
So that would be 1 orange. And then you get 4 spoons. So we're using 1 teaspoon of peanut butter in your shake. So we're down to 3. But these spoons are like the nut butters, but they also are like your cooking oils. So like
Okay.
olive oil, coconut oil, and then nut butters and seed butters. So what I tend to tell people, because if you think about how much oil is how much oil you're using to kind of cook your protein for lunch, cook your protein for dinner. If you think about how much you use and then, how much burns off and then how much you might be dividing between you and your husband, like how much you're really ingesting.
Right.
So I try to encourage people not to go too crazy with it. So since you get 4 spoons, I would allot for like 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
And then just be mentally prepared knowing that the other 1 or 2 are,
Mommy.
being used for your cooking purposes.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you'd have at least 3. So you could do 2 teaspoons of peanut butter in your shake if you want.
Purple.
Okay.
You could put like peanut butter. If you had an apple after dinner, you could do like peanut butter with an apple, or peanut butter.
All right. Why don't we do that for the after dinner one? Because I would do something like that.
And do you want to do 2 in your shake?
Sure.
That's like really yummy. More peanut butter, the better, in my opinion. And then that's it.
Okay. Good.
You'll see, you'll have, you'll have 4 reds, 4 greens, 3 yellows, 3 purples, 1 blue, 1 spoon, and 1 blue, 1 orange, and 3 spoons. Knowing that your other spoon is just kind of for your cooking.
Okay.
So then, moving forward, you can know that these are typically the times when you have these containers, but you can change what you want, with the exception of Shakeology. Because when you have your shake, that's pretty much when you have your shake.
Okay.
Pretty much going to be the same containers. Whether you put, maybe next time you want to try a different flavor of Shakeology and you want to put a different
Okay.
fruit in it, it depends. But for the most part, you can kind of know that this is when you're going to have each container.
Okay. Please don't do that.
And I would recommend, going into next week with the mindset that, this is your plan, this is what you're going to do, but you can make some tweaks as necessary, obviously,
Okay.
So you've gone on the Beachbody On Demand?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the Fixate show?
No.
I like to just show people this because I think it's really cool. So if you go to a workout program,
Okay.
Obviously, you probably see all of these programs right here. You have access with the subscription that you got. You have access to all of them for a year, as well as new ones that will later this year.
Okay.
And if you just scroll down, there it is. There's the Fix It Cooking Show.
Okay.
This has actually happened to me a bunch of times. This happened to me last night. I was trying to show it to somebody else, and it just froze.
Oh, no.
It's, if you can just imagine, it's a cooking show. And so it's with Autumn. She's the creator of the 21 Day Fix. And she's actually coming out with a new program soon.
Oh, nice.
And she is on the show with her brother, who's a professional chef. And there's like a ton of videos. They're probably like 6, 8, 10-minute cooking shows, like mini cooking shows, that tell you exactly how to make these certain things and which containers to count them as.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool. It's like I think of it as like
You're sliding. Push back.
So I just think it's a cool thing to point out to people, just so that you know that that's something.
I'll try to look at it later and see if it'll open for me.
Anyway.
Can you go play with Sissy? Hey, go play with Sissy.
And then
Sit down and sit down.
All right, go show Daddy. Bye-bye.
And then you right.
Good job, honey.
I made one for Kayla and one for
Have you seen the
Oh, good job. Okay. Let's go play with Sissy. Find Sissy.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
You've seen the group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in the files tab over here, you can see that there's a couple of different.
Yeah, I saw those.
Perfect. And so what happens is, so we have prep today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then we officially kick off on Monday. But not everybody's doing the same program, so that's kind of cool because, you can do, especially with the subscription for a year, you can do what program makes the most sense for you at that time.
Okay.
But what will happen is every morning, one of the coaches will post an accountability post, asking you what your workout was that day, and, we'll have some other verbiage having to do with fitness.
Okay.
And so I strongly encourage you to check in every single day at your convenience.
Okay.
And, chime in. We love sweaty selfies.
Nice.
And let us know what workout you did, and answer any other questions that they asked in the post. And then
Now, should I be doing the same video every day, or should I pick a different one from that 21 Day Fix to switch
So
it
you're
up?
going to focus on the 21 Day Fix
Okay.
for this round for the next 21 days, and the workouts are right here.
Okay.
When you go into the 21 Day Fix, you'll see it says program materials,
Okay.
and there's a workout calendar here.
Oh, okay.
So it tells you exactly which ones to do what day.
Perfect.
Like Wednesday and Thursday have an option.
Okay.
It has bar legs. You can kind of, switch it up a little bit, or you can do flat out sticks on Thursday. So
Okay.
that way it's, doesn't get too boring. So those are somewhat new, so that's kind of cool. And then they have a final week doubles option.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely check out like all the materials and stuff for the fix.
Okay.
There's the eating, there's the PDF of the eating plan that I had sent you prior to our call.
Yeah.
Food list, tally sheets, things like that. But those are things that we'll go over in the group as well.
Okay.
So from your participation in the accountability post every day, I create a consistency board. So it'll have everybody's name next on the board, and then how many times you commented on the accountability post.
Okay.
I think the teacher in me likes to give the disclaimer that it's just for fun. It's just for fun. I'm not going to call anybody out. But with having said that, I really strongly encourage you to participate, because the more you do, the more, motivated you're going to be. And it motivates everybody else too when there's more and more people like chiming in on the post.
Right.
When I log in and I see like 28 women have commented with all these selfies, it's like, okay, I'm not, it's a good reminder to know that you're not in this alone.
Right.
Other people are here, on this journey with you. So, and if you're starting to feel like you're doing it alone, it's probably going to feel like something that you tried before where you're doing it alone. And I know before I started doing these groups, when I was going to the gym alone, it was so boring, and I hated being alone, and then that's when I quit. So and that's part of what you paid for, is being in these groups. So definitely it's to your benefit to participate. And then every day too, I also will post a small, a short, like motivational video.
Okay.
It's like 2 to 4 minutes every day, and his name is Darren Hardy, and he's a motivational speaker. And so I just post his video from his YouTube. And in Beachbody, we talk a lot about like personal development, kind of mind and body. And so definitely check that out every day.
Okay.
So before we go, I just want you to tell me about your why. Like, why did you decide to do this?
Just ready for a change. Like I said, I want more energy. And just more energy to play with the kids and not hate taking pictures with them.
I think it's good. I think that's great. I like people that, kind of say it out loud, remind yourself, and then every time you go to look at your meal plan, it's there. And, I think it's powerful to say it to me so I can help you help yourself.
Yes.
I think it's great that you're using your kids for motivation.
Yes.
I think sometimes people can tend to get caught up in using their kids as an excuse.
Right.
That they don't have time or things like that. But, your girls to be seeing that you're doing this, I think it'll be a really great thing for all of you.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Now, with the rest of the meal plan, do I just pretty much repeat this for this first week just to get used to it?
Yeah, so I leave it blank so that you can, so you can just copy and paste this.
Okay.
More specific. Come in here and, like I said, be more specific. But it's up to you. Like, if you want to do yogurt, oatmeal, and fruit on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you want to do like 2 eggs and a piece of toast on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that's up to you.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure we map out when you're having.
Okay.
If you just want to copy and paste this for the whole week, so it's easy, and then
I know.
Now, do you think I'll have my Shakeology stuff by the time it starts next week?
What day did you order?
Let me look at my phone. I think I have an email up from it.
Dad, we just met.
It says
Dad, I think
it shipped on the 8th.
Okay, so
Let's check the tracking.
yeah, check the tracking. It's Friday. Maybe on Monday.
It says it'll be here by the end of the day on Monday.
Perfect.
Oh, it says it's in my town's post office, so it should be here tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
If they already have it, so that'll be fine.
Awesome. That works out well then.
Yes.
Perfect. Do you have any other questions?
I don't think so right now.
Let me share this before I forget. What's your email address?
Is the FHSTAR, and that's 81, and that's at AOL.com.
Daddy, I'll tap this one. 1, 2, 3, go!
No, let's not start doing that.
Perfect.
Perfect. And then how do I go in and edit it, you said? What am I supposed to do?
This is on Google Docs. So
Okay.
if you go to like Gmail and then you go to Google Docs.
Yep.
You should be able to, or if you just open I think you can open it from your email address.
Okay, I'll open it from that, and then I'll just send it to my Gmail one, and then just open it there. That'll be easy.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
So be in touch. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be in touch anyway as we kind of your meal planning, meal prepping.
Okay.
If you have any questions, or
I will.
If you want to decide to do like one big meal prep for like the whole week,
Yep.
or if you want to do like a mini meal prep for like a couple days and then do another one for a couple days. That's part of just like living it and getting to know what's going to work.
Okay. We'll see what works once we get into the rhythm of it and see what makes sense.
Exactly. All right.
Careful, please.
Later.
All right. Have a good day. Bye.